All right. Welcome to another edition of Mixtapes and Mistakes. It's Ed back with another in the series for the all-time covers list. So today is, as I'm recording this, at 10:30 p.m. Central Time. It's 4/21/20. It's 4 years to the day where we lost Prince Rogers Nelson. So in honor of the anniversary of today, I couldn't let it go without at least commenting on it. I spent all day doing stuff around the house. I was trying to figure out, because it was on my Facebook feed all day. I was like, okay, what am I going to do? What am I going to do about Prince? What am I going to say about Prince? Because I'm actually planning on doing something else on the covers list. And then, the Prince thing just flowed through my feed, amongst other things. So I was like, you know what, I'll do a playlist for my other channel, and we'll do just a Prince commentary, maybe of all-time albums, good singles from those albums, stuff like that. So I started doing research for that situation. And what I stumbled on, because I realized that Prince had not really liked Sinead O'Connor's version of Nothing Compares to You, and realized that there's another cover song in the Prince catalog, like an actual cover song, not a song he wrote for somebody else, but a cover song of his that was done by Chaka Khan, and it's I Feel For You. Now, it's originally on his eponymously titled 1979 album, Prince, second album. And to be honest with you, much like a lot of the other songs on this list, it's not that I even had no idea it was a cover, because really this was the only version I was ever really exposed to. Like, I did not hear until doing the research for this song Prince's version. For me, this was the only version of this song. How she got the song is the interesting part of the story. So it turns out everybody, I say everybody, if you're kind of an R&B fan, if you're a music junkie, if you grew up, I grew up in an era where I was exposed to kind of everything, a lot of R&B, a lot of country. I make a different musical journey down the road, but grew up listening to the OJs and Isley Brothers and all that stuff. So Rufus, you can hear Rufus, you can hear Earth, Wind, and Fire around my house. It's crazy. So when Chaka Khan left Rufus, it was kind of a big deal. Now, a lot like Prince, not Prince, we're talking about Prince in part, but Sting runs into the kind of the same issue that Chaka Khan ran into. So when she left Rufus, her first couple records after Rufus sounded like Rufus albums, and that's why people bought her records. And kind of the first couple records after Sting leaves the Police, sound a lot like abridged versions of what the Police would have been doing had they stayed together. So it turns out that Prince, is a huge fan of Chaka Khan, to the point where he was a huge fan of hers back from the Rufus days. So the way he wanted to meet her, he had also being a fan, he's kind of a fanatic and had a deep crush on Chaka Khan. So what he ends up doing is he ends up calling her hotel to find out, what she's doing that day or whatever, and he does this Sly Stone impersonation because she's a real close friend of Sly Stone's. And he tells her he's down in Electric Ladyland. And actually, let me quote the story that she tells. In an interview with Billboard, she's like, well, I'm good friends with Sly Stone. He knew that, I guess, because he mimicked Sly's voice completely. I was completely fooled. He said, hey, this is Sly. I'm down in Electric Ladyland. And I'm like, okay, I'll be right down. And that's how he got me down to the studio. I get there, and there's nobody there except for one little guy in this room with a guitar. And I said, do you know where Sly is? And he said to me, hi, I'm Prince. I called you. I was very pissed, and that's how we met. So they're on the same label at Warner Brothers Records. This is way before the slave days. And they're looking for a hit from Chaka. So Prince, because he liked her, he's a fan of hers, he's kind of in love with her, he lets her, hey, take this song. So she covers it. She's not the first person to try to cover the song. The Pointer Sisters take a turn at it. It's another song on the "I'm So Excited" album in '82. Ruby Jackson tries to do it in '84 on her Centipede album, and almost nobody got that album. Patrice Rushen could have covered it, and she passed on that and "I Want to Be Your Lover." So they go in to record this song on April 4th, 1984, which is the same day as Marvin Gaye's funeral. Stevie Wonder ends up doing the chromatic harmonica that appears on that track. And like I said, it's recorded the day of Marvin Gaye's funeral. And I always thought as a kid that the harmonica on that track was great, but it had this tinge of sadness to it. And now, as an adult, now I know why. So the song ends up on Billboard's Hot 100 track for 26 weeks. Prince ends up with a songwriting Grammy on it. Well, the rap that's at the beginning of that song, Melly Mel from Grandmaster Flash actually does the rap for that song. So late in the 80s, rap was a bigger part of just pop songs. But in '84, rap was still kind of new. I think battle rap was still happening. LL Cool J was coming onto the scene. So it had Melly Mel do like 8 lines on it. And the stutter in the beginning is actually an accident. So they're mounting the recording onto the main master, and it's as Arf Martin talks about in an interview with NPR several years ago. He says, quote, "As we were mounting the recording onto the main master, my hand slipped on the repeat machine. So it happened to be Chaka, Chaka Chaka, Chaka Khan, Chaka Khan." And they kept it. So Chaka goes in and does her vocals for it. They end up recording the rest of the track. Arf adds the rap to the beginning of the track. So she has no idea that it's going to be on there. So the next day, he plays her the finished song. And she hated it. She couldn't stand her name being repeated over and over. But they left it in. And it does help make the song a hit. The downside is everybody comes up to her like Chaka Khan. So for the rest of her life, she got to deal with this whole Chaka Khan thing. It's one of those things that I think is the interesting thing about Prince overall and that song. See, it's the second song that he has on this list. There are a lot of songs that Prince has written for other people that I don't think classify as cover songs. Like, you can't, Manic Monday is not a cover song if I write it for you and you sing it. So like, Manic Monday by the Bangles is not a cover song of Prince's because he wrote it for Susanna Hoffs. And there's some other, I've seen lists of, 20 songs you didn't know that were written by Prince. So I haven't really researched those. I haven't gone down and looked at that list. There might be at least one other cover song on there. As we talked about earlier with Nothing Compares to You, a lot of times, if Prince wants you to do a song in his catalog, he'll give it to you. Or he'll respect you enough to be like, hey, you can do this song. Like, I can see him letting the Pointer Sisters do it because of the Pointer Sisters. I can see him letting Ruby Jackson do it because she's Michael Jackson's sister and she's cute. Because it's Prince. It's like the Four Horsemen promos. If you're 5'5", redhead or brunette, you belong to Arn Anderson. Prince has a type. If she's 5'5", 5'6", she's brunette. She's maybe a little light skinned, and she's snackish. That's Prince's jam. Look back at his wife, Sheena Easton, Sheila E., like all the chick, Apollonia. He's got a type. And Chaka Khan, like I say, Chaka Khan fits his type. He liked her. And she felt like, it's one of the things she even talks about when it comes to how she made the song. She felt like, to quote her again, she said, it was already, it has to feel like it's mine in a way before I record it. I've also been careful to sing songs by artists who I have a deep respect for and a deep admiration for. So when it comes to their songs, it falls together in a natural way. And like I say, it's a unique experience, I guess, to have a super fan of yours who's a successful artist give you one of his songs because he's a super fan of yours. So I think that's a very unique situation and also very cool. It's not the it does what every other song on this list is supposed to do, or does actually. It becomes a definitive version of a song. It updates a song in a more modern way. The Prince's song is really stripped down. When you go back, I went back and listened to it earlier, and it is definitely a difference between. You can definitely hear the studio difference between a song that was put on wax in '79 and a song that's done in the studio in '84. There's a lot of synth on the record. It's just a wholly unique song, and it's the hit that saved Chaka Khan's career. So that's this cover song, "I Feel for You" by Chaka Khan. Let me know what you think. Let me know about other cover songs that you think belong on the all-time list. Leave them in the comment section below. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe to this video. And we will do this again soon. Peace.